In this video, I go flying high in the sky. We investigate some loose horn and I prepare for battle to go hoof trimming with an injured finger.
Hi folks, good morning and welcome to Tech TV. Tom here. Today I'm heading to a robot farm to do some trimming. Few surprises, few disappointments. Hit the subscribe button and stay tuned for what's going to unfold. And now it's time for me to waken up Lazy Daisy, who's just horizontal, and have some coffee. It's a Saturday morning over here, and I'm sure it's whatever you do on a Saturday morning. Maybe you're working like myself. It seems a wee bit nuts, but there you are. We have to do what we have to do. Catch you later. Life is full of decisions. What have I chose to go for? 'Cause I will follow you. So folks, with coffee on board, it's time to hit the farm and I'll catch up with you there.
Found in the beautiful Irish countryside is this substantial dairy unit, nestled in the trees. We visit this robot farm on a regular basis. It always amazes me just how comfortable and content these cows are. But then wouldn't we be if we were living the 5-star lifestyle with all we could eat, a lovely comfortable mattress and loads of lounging area. This is where agricultural cutting-edge technology and these beautiful cows come together in perfect harmony. The farmer's top priority is to keep his animals well fed, happy and content with a balanced diet, and here he is just preparing that. So folks, I've just arrived on the farm here. All remains now is to get out and get set up. So the coffee was good. In fact, there could still be a little bit left in it yet. Oh no. Oh no, I've just realised something. I knew I was forgetting something. I've just realised what it is. It's the crush. I've my tools, everything with me. Oh Thomas, what are you going to forget next? Oh no. So folks, I've just walked around the corner here and I've just discovered my crush, all set up and all ready to go. You talk about magic. That is incredible. Little cows waiting patiently on Tom. So before I confuse you anymore, I just wanted to explain a little bit of the confusion. I was trimming at this farm on Tuesday and I had a little mishap with my finger. I had trimmed the last few in the pen and left it Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. This is Saturday morning. So I attempted to shorten my finger, and now my aim is to keep this clean and to keep it dry and do some trimming as well. So I'm gonna have to try and wrap it up, but what I do want to say, I really just amputated the end of my finger with the grinder, but I'll explain all as I go along as to how it happened. But just at this point, I want to give all A&E and all medical folk a big massive shout out. I went into A&E on Tuesday night and I'm thankful to say my injury is one of the minor ones, but I just was in total admiration for the nurses, the doctors, all the clerical staff, everybody that just keeps everything going on, and it's just phenomenal the level of human beings that are involved in healthcare. And I just want to say a big shout out to the doctor who treated my finger. He was a really nice guy, but then he had to be. He was called Tom. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to get my finger wrapped up, talk a wee bit about it, and bring you some trims throughout the day. So to be able to get on with the trim here, I've sort of come up with a strategy, as I say, to keep this clean and dry. It's not actually that easy to do that, so I'm hoping to get it wrapped up here. It's a lot different putting a wrap on a cow, putting a wrap on yourself. This should keep it clean. So I came up with a strategy here. This is just a piece of a 25 litre drum which I folded over here. I want to clip it on here. Nice colour combo now. So I've got a cable here. I'm going to
sliding it up there. Possibly maybe put another one on. I just forgot to put on my glove. Not a glove with a finger. Cork it, I'm getting there. Oh, that's great, isn't it? Just hoping that'll work. I've got the glove with the finger cut out of it, and this here covered with a cattle wrap. So now I'm just realising how colour coordinated this all is. Put another cable tie on it. Desperate measures, but it's whatever works, I guess. So there I am, good to go with this slightly strange looking hand, but at least, you know, if I hit this off the crush or whatever, it's going to be not good at my heart. See how we get on. Take you to some action, some hoof trimming action now. Right folks, I just wanted to show you I was on a back left foot, and I would deem myself as being relatively careful, so both hands on the grinder, would turn it, twist it, what have you, but I was sort of contemplating what I was going to do to the cow's foot, and as the grinder was there, the grinder was spinning, and I just had a lapse, you know, I don't know what it was. I was looking at the foot and I forgot, and I just dropped my hand, just. And if you look at the blades on the grinder like they are, and a big shout out to all hoof trimmers over the world who are working with this sort of equipment. And as I say, it was just a lapse of memory, or a lapse of thinking, looking at the foot, and I just literally touched, it was just a touch. The doctor told me that I have fractured the end of the bone in my hand and amputated the end of it. So it's, you know, it's just, you couldn't be careful enough, and I'm not showing you this in any macho form or anything. It's just, no matter how careful we are, you just need to be careful. And I think when you're trying to get through a number of cows, you're working for speed and everything, but it's just two hands on the grinder. And what I'm contemplating from now on, the grinder will be switched off instead of I'll wash this foot off and do a bit of a trim. Little finger, large finger trimming, I think we could call it. But it's a wee bit clumsy and all, but we'll call it pinky winky trimming. But anyhow, all joking aside, be careful out there folks and stay safe. So folks, this is actually working well. It's a lot better than I thought it would be. And if you tap it, as sore as it is, there's a great bit of protection there. So I'll take you back here now to, this is the first bow of Saturday morning, trimmed her front left foot, and I just want to show you these here. There's just routine trims, maybe slight wee blotch of dermatitis here and here, a little bit more severe here, but I just washed them off there to make it look a wee bit more respectable. But just as an amazing, just the wear and tear, and it's the same as our own feet, you know, wear and tear and dry skin, and you know, it just goes to show you that a wee peep at them from time to time is very worthwhile. So we'll get on with this trim. Now, as you can see, these fissures and cracks, and these sort of tend to harbour dirt, and possibly where they harbour dirt, they harbour bacteria. So I'm just going to start here and trim this out nicely and just create smooth surfaces that are less likely to harbour any. Unusually, this is the medial claw. There's generally not a lot of, but in this case it seems to be a little bit of bruising, but we'll take it out. It's actually, that's come out beautifully. I thought that would have actually got on the road a bit more, but it's great. I'm actually delighted that I am out and able to be back working a few days after an injury, which is great. But Wendy just isn't so convinced. She thinks I'm somewhat nuts, but she's probably right. Medial claw looking well. that claw will have a bit of rough skin there, but actually no dermatitis, but slightly rough skin. And we have the outer claw doing a wee bit too much work. But again, this being a routine trim, it's nice to get to the foot and arrive at the foot before there are any major problems. Just wee simple things like measuring the claw roughly, quickly as you go along with the grinder is normally from the hairline down sort of 7.5 to 8 centimeters. But as you can see, this where the cow was taking the weight on her claw here, you can see a bit of bruising coming through, but it's not bad. As I say, we have got there before there is a problem. Just clean this out slightly more. Keep it nice and clean. Run my finger up in there, that's not sore, it's not an ironer. Just maybe put a wee bit of salicylic paste on that. Just let it. It's not significant enough to wrap, and I normally put some chelated copper on the leg of that there, but I am out of it at this moment in time. So there we have a nicely trimmed little foot, routine. Got to the problem before there was a problem. And I'll just take you across to this other foot now. Also give it a little wash for the folk out there that like to see the feet washed. It's not viable for us to wash every foot. But again, you can see the wear and tear, the fissures and the cracks here, and like this is just, as I say, a routine trim. But if this was just left ongoing and the cow went dry and she went through her dry period and nothing was ever done with this, and then you can imagine as she calves down in her next lactation, what is going to be the situation here. Remove, keeping that outer claw model a bit on the shallow side, and then we keep this lateral or medial claw or inner claw, keep the model on its steep to increase the walking surface. Again, like the other foot there, she had, it's not often you have little issues in this heel, but I think the issues that you get in this heel, in this medial claw, comes from standing. The cow rests on this claw and she walks and propels on this claw, so possibly maybe this cow has been standing maybe a bit longer than she should, but at the same time it's all came good there, and it's nice and healthy and clean, and again just a slight little roughness in the skin, and when you get this roughness, that's a real home for dermatitis. So if we can take those out, keep them smooth, and leave no home for bacteria. So again, we have a pretty healthy foot. Just you can see these bits of bruising where when the corium's damaged, it's injured and hurt, it'll bleed through the horn, and that's where you get this discoloration, and you can see it coming across the knife there. It's actually dry, and it's just in the horn. I suppose you could go as far as to say it has just stained the horn. We have a slight little crack here, but it's normally those cracks when they're going out. If that crack was facing inwards towards into the middle of the claw, heading for the interdigital space, it would be more likely that would be a problem.
And I'm just going to trim this down slightly, just across the whole surface of the cow's weight bearing surface. And then I'm going to take my other knife, and I want to keep my knife steep and just up to the side of the wall, keeping your knife steep to any aspect of the corium. Now, another stroke with the knife on that there will be gone. Sorry, that was 3 strokes to the knife, but you know what I mean. So there again, there's a lot has been alleviated there, and we will put on a little bit of salicylic on this also, as I say, purely because I have no gel with me. Rub it in. This routine trim, bit of salicylic on that rough skin, nice trim, everything brought into line, brought into order. Same here, rough skin, not actually an issue. Again, claw brought into balance, and you know, when you get a good look at those, like, it just is such help to the cow. Cows are well looked after. I'll trim this other front foot now. So I'm going to let this little cow out. I'm going to get on with these trims. I want to get them back to the robot. If I see anything interesting, I'll come back to you. If I don't, thanks for watching, and I'll catch up with you later. Bye for now.